We are often asked why we travel, and our trip to Georgia answers this question perfectly. Let's go!
Good morning, Georgia!
Judging by the size of the road, we're going somewhere important. We're looking for breakfast. Seen a few wine houses. Oh yeah, and if you want to have a demonstration, cheap stones. We arrive in Tbilisi after a night of violent demonstrations calling for political change. The railings of the presidential palace have collapsed and the police are out in full riot gear. The world is constantly moving, sometimes forwards, sometimes backwards. By traveling closer to political and social fault lines, we don't just hear about change, we witness it. It sharpens our understanding far more than sitting at home scrolling past headlines that rarely tell the whole story. They claim they have breakfast. Another reason we travel is simple. We love to eat. Tasting something new, especially when we can't read the menu and have absolutely no idea what we're ordering, is always an adventure. Sometimes it's a surprise, sometimes it's a risk, and sometimes it's khachapuri and green lemonade. So this is a monument to 3,000 years of statehood and 2,000 years of Christianity. Travel also exposes us to history, often from a perspective we weren't taught. Each place adds a new piece of the jigsaw of how we understand the world. And here's one for your next table quiz. Did you know that wine was invented in Georgia? Now it's time to leave the city and cycle into a beautiful autumn. We're still on cycling infrastructure. Lovely, long may it last. We haven't done a lot of kilometers, but more than half of today's climb. So we made it to the highest point today, something above 1500, and now in theory it should be about 300 altitude meters down, and then there should be a village with 2 possibilities for bed and breakfast. To really understand the country, you need a glimpse into everyday life. Homestays give us that insight into how people live, eat, work, and relate to one another. They help explain why things are the way they are, not just what we see on the surface.
Magloba! Kagat! Ciao! Okay.
I've figured out over the years that it's always smart to pack the sausages in quartz luggage.
Traveling by bike lets us experience the outdoors at human speed. We ride through autumn colors along rural trails, past dramatic gorges and into vast mountain landscapes. And in Georgia, even something as ordinary as herding sheep suddenly feels extraordinary.
Kamarjavat!
Almost Kyrgyzstan vibes. And no traffic.
It's lovely, except we're doing 5k an hour, and if we are going to do 70k's, that's 14 hours.
This is the worst stretch of it, and you are just using the royal plural here. You know, it's not steep, but the wind is strong and pretty fresh up here too. The landscape could be any altiplano, but the wind is definitely Patagonian. Now we can make it down to the lake, and at the far end of the lake there should be a hotel.
Oh, it's so cold this morning. Wow. Max 5 degrees with a headwind that would cut you in two. Wow. Oh, lovely sunshine. Gonna need that to warm it up a bit. I have my gloves. Go, 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 go!
Tailwind wasn't invented in Georgia.
Not sure how much of this you can feel, but there's a side wind that keeps blowing me off this track. It's Patagonia style, and I'm sure if I compared the pictures they'd be very similar, except I'm 20 years older now.
Of course, it's not always easy. Headwinds, freezing temperatures and rough roads are said to be character building. They certainly test our limits and occasionally our patience, but they also remind us that we're very much alive. Komoot has even a name for that stretch. It's called Very Bad Road. Very bad roads are worth the pain when they lead to wonders like Varzia. Carved in the 12th century, this 13-story monastery with 600 rooms forms a magnificent, self-sufficient fortress high above the Kura River valley. You could say the rougher the road, the greater the reward.
Special treat this afternoon. Dorina is treating Port to a spa.
Every now and then we stumble upon something completely unexpected.
An exclusive spa just for my Schatzli.
The kind of moment that instantly turns an ordinary day into a memorable one. I appreciate it.
At enormous expense, I may add.
Yeah, she spent all my pocket money on me. What a setting. I like these villages. Real old-fashioned garden with a few fruit trees and grapes, and probably a few veg. Maybe a bit of maize for themselves or animal feed. If you're happy with a simple life, this is as good as it gets. Tbilisi Castle, straight ahead. That really looks impressive up here. I run and explore in a tentative UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we're ahead of the posse. Well, Dorina is. I follow her. Just a perfect day to cycle. Not too cold, not too steep. Not too much traffic, but a good road, beautiful scenery. What else would you want? How about a bit of sightseeing? Hey?
How brave are you?
I don't know yet.
Oh,
There's still a lot of stable rust here, but I think I'll skip the jump or the climb because I really don't have to go to the other side. And just when you think it can't get better, we wake up to fresh snow on the mountain we just crossed. Moments like these feel like a bonus, a quiet reminder that the stars really do align. And last but not least, a great reason to bikepack is to be part of a dynamic international community of like-minded people. On this trip, we met a number of cyclists on longer trips, all with a story to tell. Now you have our 10 reasons for traveling the world by bike. It would be great to meet you on the road.